Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems for GMAT out of this book here, the GMAT Review, the official guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You should be able to find it at mba.com. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 182, problem solving, number 227. Let's take a look at it. They give you a picture here, like the one I showed, one that you see on the blackboard here. Excuse me. They tell you that in the coordinate system above, excuse me, which of the following is the equation of line L? And there is your line L right here. And then they give you the 5 equation, and our job is to see which of these 5 equation belongs to this line L. So let's take a look at it. The very first thing you should do is to figure out the coordinates of these points where the line intersects the x-axis and the y-axis. The point where the line intersects the x-axis is called the x-intercept, and this is called the y-intercept. I'm going to figure out their coordinates. For example, here this is 1 and this is 2, so the y-coordinate is 2, x-coordinate is 0. Because it's on the y-axis, therefore x is 0. Similarly here, 1, 2, 3, x is equals 3 and y is 0. Which means that the correct answer choice, whatever it is, correct equation, whichever it is out of the 5, has to satisfy both of these points. In other words, when I substitute the coordinates of this point or this point in the equation has to be satisfied. In other words, the equation has to hold. If the equation tells me that this quantity equals 6, it has to equal 6. If it tells me it equals -6, it has to equal. When I substitute the value of x and the y from either this one or that one, it has to hold. It has to equal to -6 if this in fact were the right answer, which we don't know yet. So let's start. I'm going to start with the x-intercept because it's more logical. For no other reason, you can start with y-intercept if you want. So this tells me that when y is 0, x is 3. Let's put it in here. When y is 0, if y is 0, the y drops out obviously because 3 times 0 is 0. So this tells me that 2x equals 6, which tells me that x equals 2. Is that what we have? There we go. When 2x equals 6, so x has to equal 3. I made a mistake. 2x equals 6, therefore x has to equal 3 because you divide both sides by 2 there. When y is 0, x has to be 3, and that's what we have here. So this holds. Let's try this one. I'm not going to write everything down this time. 2x plus 3 times 0 is just 0, so 2x equals 6, and therefore x equals 3 again. That one holds. Okay, 3x plus 0, because when y is 0, 2 times 0 is just 0, equals 6. That tells me that 3x equals 6, which tells me that x equals 2. X does not equal 2, x equals 3 when y is 0. This guy is no good. This guy was a quack. He was a charlatan. If you don't know what charlatan means, look it up and learn it. C-H-A-R-L-A-T-A-N, charlatan, which just means a quack, an imposter, not a real McCoy. This guy was a quack. He was an imposter. He was a fraud. He was a charlatan. We got rid of it. Let's try this one. Again, I'm going to substitute 0 for y. So I end up with 2x equals -6 and x equals -3. X does not equal -3. X equals +3. This guy is also a charlatan. Let's try this one. 3x when y equals 0, this whole drops out, equals 6. X equals -2. X has to be 3. When y is 0, x has to be 3. This guy is no good. Oh, that's good. We got rid of 3 answer choices. So the contest is between A and B. Let's try the y coordinates, see what happens. I'm going to change the color for y coordinates. Let's do it in green. Now for the y coordinate, x has to be 0. So I'm going to substitute 0 for x, and then this quantity drops out. When I substitute 0 for x, this quantity drops out, and it tells me that -3y equals 6, which tells me that y equals -2. Y does not equal -2, it equals +2. This guy turned out to be a fraud, a charlatan, a quack. The answer is B, has to be B. Let's try it then. This one tells me that 2x equals, the x drops out, doesn't it? if I substitute x for 0, this quantity drops out and it tells me 3y equals 6, which tells me that y equals 2, which is what we have here. The answer is B. And that's all it is. Just give me 1 second. Alright, we are more than 5 minutes into the clip, but that was it. I hope that's all you have to do. When they give you a line with clearly labeled two intercept, the x-intercept and the y-intercept, or for that matter, they don't even have to be the two intercepts. When a line is given and there are two clearly marked points on the line where the coordinates of those points could very easily be ascertained, take the coordinates of the 2 points, put it back in the equation, and you'll find the answer, which one is the right equation. You try one point A or point B, let's call them point A and point B, but as I'm pointing to them. You try 1 point, let's say point A here, the x-intercept, you put it back in the equation, and you will see that it will knock out 2 or 3 answer choices. And then you try the other points, and you will see that it will knock out other 2 or 3 answer choices, and you will get the right answer. That's it. The remaining, the odd man standing is the winner. That's what it is. This guy is standing, he is the winner. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to get hold of me, if you wish to hire my services for personal private tutoring, face-to-face personal private tutoring, or if you wish to buy the solution manuals from me for this problem in the form of a solution manual or in the form of a DVDs, in any of those scenarios, if you wish to get hold of me, if you wish to communicate with me, go to my website at www.for4gmat.com and send me an email. Alright? Thank you.